I have to ask you though, because first of all, it's one thing to swim in the ocean.
Right.
I can't even do 5 minutes in the ocean. So, but you're swimming in the ocean, you're encountering these things that could be harm to you. I wanna bring that and see like how you're able to use that mindset that you build to face entrepreneurship because you're doing so many things. And the other day I was doing my research trying to even understand the root of entrepreneurship, right? And I saw that it's from a word, like a Latin word, which means to swim out and to understand when you swim out. And I'm like, yeah, this is Merle. I need to ask her. Look, I definitely need to ask you, how are you able to use the mindset that you get from being out there and swimming? 16 hours is I'm sorry, I can't imagine. I can't think about it. It requires focus and it's hard to focus in today's world. So how do you translate that to then focus and give so much passion to all of your projects?
It's a lot to being in the moment, right?
That's something we struggle with, being in the moment.
And I feel like athletes are so good at it, being in the moment and being the time management. We know that we have to swim certain pace to get to the end game, right? So we have to keep like 1 minute in 100, and what that all requires. So for example, if you work on entrepreneurship project, you know that you want to make sales, you kind of have to get the focus to be in the moment and handle the pain on that 1 minute, you know, or those 12 100s. And between that, you can take a breath 3 times, right? So all that what I do on the sports, the same way I write emails, the same way I communicate, the same way because it's performing. In sales, you have to perform. In swimming, you have to perform. So you have to know how to target the situation. You might feel really bad, you might not feel your best, but it's how you pull yourself together to be that moment. When I swim my 31 miles, I'm not focusing that what I'm gonna do the next 12 miles. I'm focusing mile to mile. Exactly. And okay, I have to pace and keep the pace. When I can slow down, that's the moment when you have to be in a moment to recover. You have to be on a moment to recover and breathe as well. And that is so important. I really followed the whole weekend one of my buddy through Zen Water, who's Travis Kelsey, who's really famous right now with Kansas Chief, and he speaks a lot that when he shows up to the building, he's focused, right? Whatever white noise is going on, and you know, and it's calculating the moves, calculating, you know, the yards. That's what they focus on there, but they do the same on their businesses. So I think being an athlete is one of the best things on that sense.
I think it's amazing. But then being an athlete and knowing how to be an athlete, but then you are being an athlete and when these guys, they play on the fields, there's no alligator that's potentially, how are you able to, I'm sure that fight or flight instinct comes in. How do you shut it down and still focus to do what you need to do? Because I think even me as an entrepreneur, I'm constantly learning to escape the fight or flight and kind of rest and create, because you have to pay the next bill, you have to pay the next thing. Like there's something always chasing you, and it's not just you personally, but your business as well. So then how do you translate that into the business world that you encounter in the water?
Well, when I encounter sharks or alligator, I try to put now also my energy there, on the sense that we both heal. You know, for example, in entrepreneurship, when you feel, okay, the bills, this person is acting weird on email, this is not getting paid, this is not moving, you have to take that all right, it's like negative coming towards to you, but you have to like
You have
heal
to-
back. And you should not get like so pumped up because it's something what you don't like to receive, right? You don't like that the person says that way on an email, or you don't like the situation.
To me, you're speaking to me right now. There's sometimes I don't like conflict with people.
Right.
So sometimes when I get an email, and you know, I'm sorry to say this, but a lot of Americans, they don't, when it comes to email, they're very direct. I'm used to, hello, how are you? A lot of people, they just go, yeah.
That's a creative person side.
Yeah.
Right?
And so I'm like, oh, and I have to tell myself, no, receive it and respond the way you will authentically respond. Don't react to that. That's great. Wow.
Yes, because it's this is why the stress in entrepreneurship is going. And as an athlete, I understand if you're nervous and stressed out, you're not going to be able to perform. You're not your joints and muscles are not energized. They're actually run down, fatigue, and lots of entrepreneurs feel fatigue in these days. It is because they also let that happen to them.
Right.
Like, it goes back to the ugly duck story, right?
Yeah.
It's like you feel like you want to show the power and show the beauty and this, but what the ugly duck did really was healing the soul back. It's like, all right, I'm not gonna be a teacher to tell you do this way. I'm gonna be the healing, the sweet, the soft one, and answer, okay, got it. Maybe we can fix it like this, or let's find solution, because in the end of the day, it's both sides had to come to the agreement on the table.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.